Good afternoon everyone, or good evening or good night, depending on where you're tuning in from, and welcome to yet another Twister Professionals tournament stream. Today I will be streaming for the NA server day 4. It's definitely going to be exciting because just like with EU, there's a lot of teams that are trying to get into the top 4 and only 2 of them are actually safe to get there for the NA server. So that's definitely going to make things interesting. I'll take away the preview now so that you can see the actual stand of the NA server while I'll give you some extra information. This is a crate stream. If you watch through the portal and you are if you've made sure that you are actually logged in, you will receive a crate. I say a crate, not crates, because Wargaming limited the amount of crates for today because there's only one matchup, which means that there's only one crate to be had. I will make sure to stream as long as is needed for people to get their avatar as well. So that means at least 45 minutes, regardless of how long the matchup actually takes. And I'm really just hoping that there's no technical issues, because I had some on EU earlier and that was quite nah. But it is what it is, and we will make sure to do the best that we can also for the NA server. I apologize in advance for any derp that I might have. It is very, very early or late, depending on how you look at it here. And I am a little bit tired, so forgive me for any brain derps that I might have, and let's just have fun with it. Now, like you can see, for the NA server, only Rain and Premo are safe. Then you have Purple, Pincer and Magellan all with 3 points, and you have Straight and also Rain with 2 points. So very much depends on tonight's matches for the points, because if Purple, Pincer or win, if 2 of them win, basically it's all set and then there's no issue. If 3 of them win, we get a tiebreaker. If multiple of them lose and you have Straight and Rain Straight and Rain, not fun, and those 2 also win, and then you have a lot of people competing for the 4th place. So basically I'm not going to make any speculation until we actually see what happens today. One of the interesting matches that will be happening, I believe, is... This is the one that we're going to be seeing. We're going to see Premo versus Pincer, so everything depends on that for Pincer. And Purple... Let's have a look-see. Purple's up against Magellan, so that means that one of either Purple or Magellan is going to go through. If Pincer wins, then they're also through, but if Pincer loses, and depending on what happens with Straight and also Rain, there will be quite a few teams with 3 points, and then it will be about the head-to-heads, and then it will be about the amount of victories. Basically, we have such a headache story in the EU as well. I'm not entirely certain I'm going to be trying to do the calculations for you. There's been a lot of discussion on the EU server, on the big Discord server that is, about the EU competition, and they don't really make it easy. Because in the EU there are 3 teams that are competing for the 4th place. Head-to-heads, they all won 1, and now it depends on the number of victories, but it also depends on the number of victories that they will be looking at. Will be looking at the ones in total, or the ones just the whatchamacallit, the amount of victories from the head-to-heads. Because depending on which side Wargaming goes with this, a different person goes to the top 4, so that definitely making it interesting to follow for sure, but a headache file basically. So in the meantime, I'm waiting for YouTube to catch up to the fact that I want to stream. They should be doing that now, and we are live. That means, however, that there's a 5-minute delay, so everything that I say now you will hear in about 5 minutes. Sorry. And I'm just waiting for the stream to activate so that I can pause it and keep an eye on the chat. Again, like I said, 5-minute delay, so anything can happen. Portal always crashes when the stream first starts, so that is quite useless. Again, watch through the portal if you want a crate. There is only 1 crate to be had because Wargaming limited the amount of crates that we will be able to get through this stream. So if you like to have more, blame them, not me. I would love for you to get more free stuff, to be fair. So the stream is live now. I don't see the timer for the fan container starting yet, so that is very hopeful. we will see how long is needed to stream. There's a room invite, let's go there. Like I said, Pinsir versus Premo, we are starting off on Dynasty Spril. So let's have a look there to see what happens. This is the map. I call it the panda map because it looks like a panda with the head and the belly and paws and everything. And we have base A, that is just considered the heavy base. Base C, that is considered the map base. And we have base B, which I consider the super heavy or super 2D base. We only see Yegays and E3 going there basically. Or a very cheeky bat chat. I'm very curious to see what they will do here. Like I said, a lot riding on this for Pinsir. If Pinsir wins this, then they are through. If they lose this, they're up for a tiebreaker situation. So it will definitely be a difficult thing to see what comes out of this tonight, really. Personally, I much prefer the positioning around base C. That has everything to do with just the fact that there are more peekaboo places there for me. But we generally see a lot of action around C and then around B as well, with super heavies like mice or E3s or Yegays and stuff like that. So that is the map that we are going to be starting on. I'm going to take away the map now so that it's not going to be in your screen. I did that yesterday and that was quite noob of me, but it is what it is and I can't change it. In the meantime, we see that currently Premo is sporting a very interesting lineup. I very much wonder if they're going to stick with this, but they still have 3.5 minutes left to change out of it and to go and decide something else. Pinsir, however, looks to be having a much more serious lineup. I have been joking, well not joking, I have been talking about the lack of unity in the teams regarding camouflages and avatars and everything. And last time I streamed and they actually made me really laugh by taking like the same avatars to the last battle, because that's something that we saw a lot in spring and it's just like totally not happening for the NA server for some reason. So that is generally weird, but I quite like it. So then when they chose to all use the pro avatar, that was just funny. So we have Pinsir that has now rated up in 2 Foshes, an IS-4, an E3, an E5 and 2 T22 mediums. And 10 are now unrated up. I very much wonder, I very much know that they're not going to pick 7 mice. We have seen it happen before in a very troll match in the Ascent tournaments on the EU server. But I'm happy to see that Premo isn't going to be trolling in that way. Some mice will still remain because this is a good map for mice. In the meantime, I see that the timer on the portal has not yet started. It could be that it starts at 3 AM for me, sharp. I'm just hoping that it starts at some point because I can't really. I would have liked to go back to sleep after this. So we now have Premo in a very different lineup, but 3 mice still remain, though Ghost might not be sticking to this. Ghost Ranger, I should say, because there's also a Ghost. There we go. And if you're wondering how many coins there are needed for the FCM, that's 185. So you need quite a bit more than you can get from just watching the streams. But the streams do help because every crate that you get gives you 3 coins. Which means that for tonight you can only get 3, but for the previous streams and the streams that are coming, you can get 9 per day. So it does help. And we have Premo, like I said, now ready in a much more serious lineup with 3 215Bs, 2 mice, an STB and an E3. I still think we're going to see a lot of action around base B. And basically we just have to wait and see who does the focus fire better, because that is generally what it comes down to. At some point there is a push towards either the points that are going up or or towards a tank difference, the HP dropping and everything. And we generally see a push from the super heavies through base B then one way or another. In the meantime, I still see no timer starting, so that kind of sucks. I actually just logged in on my iPad on the portal on my NA account just to keep an eye on the timers, so hopefully those will start soon, but we will soon see. In the meantime, I'm just going to focus on the battle. I'm just making sure that I did remove the map so that it's not blocking your screen. And in 10 seconds, the countdown timer is now starting. We get to see the first matchup of tonight. Actually, the first match, I should say, of this best of 7. So there will be at least 4 games. I'm using my most lovely gold noob tank that I also luckily have on my main account on the EU server. Absolutely love the camo, it looks so good. So let's have a look. Dwarf says, be patient, wargaming will turn the counters on eventually. It's the eventually that worries me. So here we go. Yes, I agree that would be the logical thing to do, but the thing is that with a team game, people can go anywhere, they can do anything that they want. We have Pinsir focusing primarily on the seaside. Creed is not wrong, but this is Premo we're talking about. I would never assume. There we go, first damage having been done to Woo Woo. And Premo takes their positions. The mice indeed going towards base B. They have been spotted, they know that they're going to be there. But Pinsir is not really abusing that fact. They are more spread out. They are not taking advantage of 2 tanks being out of the equation just yet. They could have rushed, but they're not. We have E3 versus E3. Reich just losing a tiny bit of damage. Cora losing a lot more damage, HP. We have the forces moving, turning around. Creed doing a lot of talking in text rather than on voice. So I'm kind of curious how that will go. The mice are waiting. The forces now arriving. The mice moving in. This is basically all about control. And they want to control... Sorry, they want to control the belly of the panda. We see a lot more fire going on. The force being steadily murdered. There goes Creed. Reich is almost gone, so it cost both teams a tank. But the mice have capped and the E3 has lost a ton of damage, a ton of HP as well. Ghost and Tanner now losing HP. The E5 is pushing in. Tanner is now in trouble. He's basically isolated and that is going to cost him. The E3 is almost gone. Next reload he will be. Tanner will be gone though as well. Cora also not looking too healthy. And there goes Tanner. For some reason E3 is still managing to be alive, so well done to him. Mouse now moving in. Conky just lost a ton of HP. We have Woo Woo that is trying to stay alive. Ghost being hugged by a mouse. That is generally not a healthy thing to do. Basically it is now 5 versus 3, but HP wise the advantage is for Premo, and teams are now even again with 3-3. And basically they just have to make it happen. Ooh, that is a very expensive shot to miss. We have an E3 and a mouse still facing off. They take out Ghost. And now Enzyme is not looking too healthy, but he finally takes out the E3. But Primo has a base, so they have the points. As long as they survive, they will have it. The Bush just losing some HP. We have Woo Woo that is shooting Snow Fox. And now we have Enzyme that is trying to shoot Woo Woo. They should have really stuck to the same target, because that is generally a better thing to do. Snow Fox dropping down. Woo Woo taking a position where he can shoot Snow Fox. Enzyme missing a very expensive shot, or bouncing I should say. Snow Fox getting hit in the back. Also bouncing on, or missing. Enzyme is not going to be living alive much longer. But again, if Snow Fox survive, he should have this. So he's pulling back in a position where he can go up against both of them. Angling as effectively as he can against both of them. And he is waiting for them to shoot, so they can focus on one target alone. He is losing steadily HP, so he has to be careful with this. And he is losing a lot of HP. He should have been more careful, angling more like he did before. And that again is a very expensive miss to do, and now he's stuck against the building, and this will very likely be the end of Snow Fox. He is barely alive, having 48 HP left, and he will not be able to get to Woo Woo. And there he goes. And the first match is for Pinsir. That could have really gone every which way. It didn't look to be working when Pinsir rushed like they did and Creed lost his life so very early in the game. So with an hour and 40 minutes left to 40 seconds, not 40 minutes. Oh my god. Like I said, I apologize for any brain derp that I might have at this time of night. Just 1 minute and a half left to go before we go into the second match. It is the best of 7. The first team to reach 4 victories is the one that is going to go through. And we have Pramo now already in 2, 2 and 5 Bs, 2 Mice, an IS4, an STB and an E3. And they're going to go up against 2 Foshes, an IS4, a Mouse, an Object 140 and 2 T22 mediums. The T22 mediums in this case kind of won the game for surviving, as they did the troll shots that they bounced and all of that. So I'm really wondering when the timer will start. I don't see it on the portal just yet, even though the first battle is just beginning. So it's not starting at 3 AM as I had hoped that it would. But then it should have started 6 minutes ago. We are just ready for the second match now. Like I said, I will stream as long as is needed, but I do hope that at some point the time is activated so that I know how long I have left to stream, because that generally does helps. So 22 seconds left before we go into this second matchup. Everyone is ready, we're just waiting for the game to be ready too. And let's just start the countdown clock so we can see the battle. Thing is, with so much riding on this, Pinsir must be feeling pretty good about themselves having won that first game. And here we go. And let's see what happens. This will always be the panda map for me. I find it so funny that it's shaped like a panda. Even with the ears and everything. I would never ever assume that, to be fair. Even if you think that they are doing the same thing. It is Pramo you're talking about. They have a reputation for tournaments for a reason. We have Ghost moving in. External peeking up and over. Spotting multiple people but not the mice. They are heading into the same direction. And we now have Pinsir that is capping base B. And that means that there is one lone object that is now running away. So that allows for Pramo to get base C. But Pinsir will have a slight advantage in cap points here. And we see that the mice are steadily pulling back. Well, partly. Enzyme is pulling back. And we see some action in the middle. Snowfox taking a hit there. Tantan trying to shoot Campers. Campers trying to shoot Tantan. Mouse also taking it. Base B now being capped mainly to troll. I don't think it's gonna get away with it. There he goes. Losing a little bit of HP there. But it might be worth making a force use this clip. He is being shot from 2 sides though, and that is going to be costly if they try too much. The mice holding together. Oof. Tanks go choo choo. Just lost quite a bit of HP. And Cora now reloaded. We have Ryan crossing over. Managing to do so quite safely. Taking no damage for it. STB is waiting for anyone to make a move on that side. Loving all the blast shoes. That is so sweet. Thank you. So right now we have a bit of a stalemate going on. But Pramo is moving around the back, readying for a push. They just need to be careful. Cora now having been spotted. The Bush Wookiee already facing in the right direction. But it's actually the 2 FVs at the back that are getting the damage. Force is moving in. That is a barely aimed shot, but he does manage it. We have the mice pushing in now. Oof. Crete taking damage. STB and the IS4 moving in. Snowfox now being focused on. Basically, HP is very much dropping. They will need to take out those tanks as fast as they can. Like last time, the there goes Snow Fox. Last time, people survived for way too long. Creed is almost gone. There goes Creed. Ghost is almost gone. The forces are definitely being focused. And now Pinsir has lost 2 tanks. Choo Choo is almost gone. Reich is going to probably finish him off. He's just waiting to be certain. Ooh, that is a nearly dead mouse. But there he goes. And now it is 5 versus 4. HP wise is not that different, but a gun more definitely makes a difference here. Conky just took a big hit. We have the bush that is next in line. Enzyme also not looking too healthy. But the bush goes first, and now we have 5 guns versus 3 guns. And one of them, even though they're barely alive, there are people that are still managing to do damage. There goes Ghost, there goes Woo Woo. Conky almost gone. And now only External is left. And he is just running around. He does take out Enzyme there. And he could take out Tantan as well. But he is unlikely to make it against all 3. Primo not focusing on taking A. They don't really need to. Tanner and Reich are making short work of this. And with a ram, it is ended. And the second match is for Primo. I will see if I can maybe play some games for you, even though it's the middle of the night on the EU. So I think that it will be very quiet. But it will definitely be probably a bit more interesting than me just showing replays. I do have the replays for it. So I'm going to be starting with those because mainly just the fact that I'm not trusting myself to play particularly well at this time of night. But we will see. Anything can happen. Timers still haven't started, so that is very, very hopeful. It is now 1-1 in this best of 7. Like I said, the team that reaches 4 victories first is going to take home the point. And we are moving to my favorite map, and that is Faust. Faust has 4 bases. You have base C and D closest to their respective spawns. You can actually have lines of fire from one to the other. Base B is a lot more harder. There is a train that is used for cover there. And base A, that is considered the map base, can go everywhere. I absolutely adore this map because of all the tunnels and the bridges and all the quirky ways you can get places. That makes it a lot more fun, and it's very unpredictable. So I'm always happy to see this map in the tournament, and I'm very happy that's also going to be in the grand finals. So that is the map that we are going to go to now. I'll take it away so that it's not blocking your screen. I always like check, double check to make sure that it's not there now, since I left one map on at some point. And we have Primo that is readied up in an STB, an IS-4, a Batchet, 2 Forces and 2 215Bs. And we have Pinsir that has readied up in 3 Forces, an IS-4, an STB, a 113 and a 215B. So that is a lot of firepower. And I'm very curious to see what they do with that, because 3 Forces, yes, they can pack a wallop, but it also depends on where you go, what you do, and you could be unlucky. It is a risk to take that many TDs, even if they're Forces. Because if people get behind them and they're not able to cover each other and kill off whoever's behind one of them, then you basically have a challenge on your hands. So let's see how this will go. This is such lovely camouflage. If you want this camouflage, you need to install the Steam game, and you can actually buy a bundle for like $50 or something to get a bunch of things. And we see that Pinsir is heading a bit to everywhere. The forces sticking together, heading towards base D. We have the Batchet overlooking base A, but both teams are capping the base closest to them, and they are focusing on doing that, but also staying safe. They're not trying to peek out to see who they can shoot. Primo will have a tiny point advantage here, but it's literally very, very tiny. And basically they are waiting at base A. Base A not being capped. They're looking at it, they want them to cap it. Creed just more or less gave the command. And if they do, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a push on the other side. So now Snowfox has not been spotted. He has spotted external though, and he is safely hidden in his lovely little bush there. But they know that there's someone there, and I think that is one reason why we're not seeing a cap. STB blind shooting the bush, that there actually is a bad chat. They really want the team to cap base A. But Creatures probably got told that he keeps getting spotted there, so they probably expect heavy fire there. Because pretty much no one of Primal has been spotted, pretty much no one has been spotted, period. And now Creed wants to do a rotation. This is very much a weakness if you're dependent on text rather than voice. Cora moving in with the 215B. And we see that now Snowfox is pulling back. Pince is doing a rotation, leaving the Bush Wookiee on his own. And Primal is starting to make use of that. Woo taking big shot, Conky taking a shot there. Crossfire happening all around, Tantan also taking a shot. And base D is now being stolen, and that will give Primal a definite advantage. We have Ghost waiting to get a shot, and he gets it as the bush is slowly turning in his line of fire. And now Primal has 2 bases. Raik just lost a ton of health as well. But overall there's a near 3k difference between the two. And Primal has 2 bases. Raik has to be a little bit more careful there though. Base B is being capped, but it's not really... they're not really able to. It just got reset for 31 HP, and that is the power of HE, ladies and gentlemen, through a tiny little crack in that... in those trains. But with Conky moving, he does manage to cap it now. But then he does lose a lot more HP for it. Thing is though, Primal still has 2 bases, so they still have the advantage. And base A has not been capped yet. Ghost Ranger a bit more forward, trying to take out Conky. And actually getting away with it as well. Conky basically being left to his own devices. Conky now almost dead, he is dead. We have the Forcers rotating in. But they don't really have a target there, and they are definitely spotted. Snowfox getting out of there. Safely unspotted. And the Bush Wookiee is now very low on HP. We see Cora together with Ghost making a move. And they take out the bush. And now we have Cora that is getting behind the Force. We have the Batchat that is arriving. Batchat is definitely going to be hurting. But overall, Ghost is now in a lot more trouble. And before he can even make the shot, he is out. We have STB versus STB with a Ghost Ranger behind Woo Woo facing off against 2. One of them a Fosh that just loaded the big one into him. He takes out the Batchat, but he's not going to survive this. It is 6 versus 2. The 2 Foshes are the last one alive, but they are rushing in. And at this stage, Creed has no chance. He can shoot the IS-4 all he wants, even if he does, unless he ammo-racks him. He's not looking to survive this, and we are at 1k points as well. So Primo takes home the game. So that is the 3rd game in, nearly double the damage for Primo. I think with that shot from the Force on the IS-4, that's how it all started. Timers, however, have still not started, so that is very, very hopeful. And in 1.5 minutes, we are going to go into the 4th match of this matchup of this best of 7. Like I said, team that gets to 4 victories first is the one that takes home the points. Prembo already secure for the top 4. Pincer, not quite. They have to win this if they want to be secure for the top 4. Oh, Alex Rips just said, Faust is honestly one of my worst maps with one of the most hated. I can definitely get it. It's definitely not an easy map, but it's exactly that makes me enjoy it so much. So we have Pramina almost completely readied up. Conky is offline at the moment, but he'll probably come back in time. And Primo has readied up in an STB, 3 215Bs, a mouse and 2 Foshes. And they're going to go up against 3 Foshes, an IS-4, an STB, and another IS-4. And I wonder what we're going to see in place of Conky. They still have about 40 seconds to make it happen and to get Conky back online. But yeah, I fully understand that Faust is not the easiest of maps, and I think it's especially that, like I said, that actually makes me enjoy it more. Same as with Normandy. Normandy is also an unpredictable map, also because it's still relatively new. But it just makes it more fun. So with 12 seconds left to go, Conky is a definite liability now. I hope the team captain switches him out. There he goes. He is switched out for an IS-4 in the nick of time. And here we go for the fourth match. Yes, it would be 30 minutes for a container if the countdown thing was actually working on the portal. So let's have a look how this goes. The pressure definitely on. Pinsir has to win it to have any chance at all. Well, not as necessarily. If Pinsir doesn't win it, they go for a tiebreaker most likely. Aww. That is sweet. So let's have a look, see what they do. Pinsir focusing on C. Premo focusing on D. They're not even stopping to cap, they're going straight on through. And that should be a clear message. We have the mouse that is going to... getting some damage there. And Pinsir calling that it is a rush. Ooh, big hit into right there. Big hit into Enzyme. This is a very, very dangerous and sort of uncoordinated rush. They're not doing it as they should. Cora taking a shot there, but missing. Tanner losing a lot of HP. Kree just took a big hit. The mouse steadily getting murdered. HP wise, now Pinsir has a 3k advantage. And Premo has to be careful. They will have to push a lot more aggressively. They've already lost their mouse and they only took out taken out an STB for it. Enzyme almost gone. He is actually gone now. Radium being focused on by a lot of guns. But they do take him out, but it cost him Cora. We have Choo Choo coming in now. Basically it's shooting fish in a barrel at this stage. It is 5 versus 3. And Pins is definitely going to take this home. This was a very reckless act by Premo. Ghost Ranger now almost gone. Surprised he's still alive, to be fair. We were looking at him evilly. He gets another shot in. Gold is gone. Tanner just lost a ton of HP. Ghost Ranger still alive. But not any... Ooh, he actually bounced that shot. Well played by Ghost Ranger here. I'm going to take you down a little bit. There goes Ghost. It is 3 versus 2. And for some reason, Ghost Ranger is still alive. I don't know how he does it. There goes Ghost. And he takes out another shot into Woo Woo. And he is still alive. How does he do this? And he actually takes out Woo Woo. And now it is 2 versus 1. And even though his luck can't last forever, there he goes. We have an STB. No idea what happened there. He seemed to be just like jumping. But that is just one of the weirdest things ever. Tanner running away. He could potentially do this if he goes for the bases. Base C is being capped. He needs to be careful though. I'm going to try and show you. I can't actually get under the buildings. So let's have a look. Base C has been capped. The bush now a choice to face off against the STB. Tanner has been unspotted, but so has the bush. And now Pinsir has a cap. I'm going to try and show it to you. However this goes. There's a corpse in the way. That is definitely not in Tanner's advantage. He has to be careful. The bush moving into its side scraping position. It's all about survival at this stage. Tanner moving away. Turning around again. And he has to be careful. Bush now moving to go after the STB. But both of them are unspotted again. Potentially both teams could have this. It is a little bit difficult to... Oof. He takes a hit. He takes a hit. He could potentially do this. Stupid camera stuff. I'm actually getting stuck on places. And he takes it home. Oh my god, Tanner. Well played. This could have gone either way. And Tanner took it home with the help of some corpses. That is an excellent game. Look at that. 1203 basic speed in a tournament match. 4.1k damage. And taking it home. But for me, the man of the match... Well, it's actually... No, it's a tie. Tanner and Ghost Ranger. Ghost Ranger surviving like he did. Bouncing the shots that he did. That should have been impossible. What a match that was. It was epic. This is what I stay up for. Games like this. That just... They're nail biters. They make everything awesome. In the meantime, I am going to send a quick message to the wargaming people that we are currently 30 minutes into streaming. Timers still haven't activated. That is not hopeful. The last message that I got actually about this was our technical specialists are still researching this issue. That is not very hopeful either, because I had no message about it actually being solved. So that actually quite sucks. We just have to wait for them to activate. But it is what it is. So we are going up into the next map. We are going to the main rooms. They look like this. I'm only going to show you very briefly. And then take away the map again so that we can focus on the lineup. We have Primo already in an STB. 2 215Bs, 2 T22 mediums and 2 Foshes. And they're going to go up against 2 Foshes, 2 113s, an Object 140 and 2 T22 mediums. And then we go up into the 5th match of this best of 7. Like I said, the pressure now definitely on Pincer. They have to win every match of this best of 7 next to get that 4 victories and to take home the points. Whereas Primo only has to win 1 more game. So let's see what happens. And here we go. I still can't believe that last match. Ghost Ranger, OP, Tanner, OP. That was awesome. Let's see. And let's see what they do with this. We have Pincer focusing primarily a little bit on the middle, but mostly on base C. And they're going to be meeting a lot of Primo with it. Tanner called out by 2 T22s. That is not the position that you want to be in then. The T22s from Primo, one of them at least, Snow Fox, making a little detour to come overlook that. Making it harder for them. In the meantime, we see some fire happening in the middle. I'm trying to show you the most action. But there's a lot going on right now. Tanner taking shots. They're trying to shoot. Oof, Tanner taking a lot of shots. Ghost Ranger not really holding his own this time. Tanner as well. Pincer is pushing quite aggressively, taking out the 2 that are alone. Big hit there. But they lost Tanner. They lost the gun. And that is a tricky thing. Ghost Ranger wiggling like a pro again, but he's now up against 2 tanks. And he's going to lose some HP for that. Reich still pretty low on HP as well. Creed has been taken out. 3rd tank is arriving. They are actually trying to save Choo Choo here. But that means that Gold is actually losing. The Bush Wookiee is gone. Both teams have lost 2 guns. But Ghost Ranger and Reich are not looking too healthy. Reich is gone, but he takes out Choo Choo first. And now it's Ghost Ranger. And oof, that was a giant hit into Boo Boo. There goes Ghost Ranger. We are moving on to the rest of the action. Woo Woo is gone. Korma is almost gone. He has to be careful. And he's now definitely gone. And it's 2 versus 3. Pincer having pushed quite aggressively for the weak points of Premo's strat here. And that is very well played by them. External taking a hit. Oof, that was a very expensive shot to miss. Enzyme now out, and now it's only Snow Fox versus 3. And even the T22 can't angle in multiple directions. And here we go. And that one is for Pinsir. Like I said, Pinsir has the pressure. They have to win every match now in order to get the crate. In order to get the point. We have to get timers in order to get the crate. And we're going to the 6th match of this best of 7. And on Mayan runes, the 2nd match. So now we just have to be... sorry about that. We have to be a little bit patient. I am hoping that the timers will start soon, because that also makes my life a lot easier. Prema now readied up in a Batchat, a 215 medium, a T22, sorry, a 215B, a T22 medium, a Foch, 2 STBs and an E5. And they're going to go up against 2 Foches, a 113, 2 IS4s, an Optic 140 and a T22 medium. So now we just have to wait for... Well, Technical Choo-Choo has to ready up, and he is switching to a Foch. So now we have 3 Foches on Pinsir's side. I wonder if External is going to take a Foch as well. They still have 35 seconds to decide, but they're going for an IS4. So 3 Foches, a 113, 2 IS4s and a T22 medium. And we see that Tanner has switched into his Spaghetti, so that's also going to be interesting. Spaghetti, of course, having the reload bug at this time. And it would be very nice. It's not a bug as in it's not consistent. It sometimes works, but if you have carry a certain number of HE shells and you switch to HE after loading your first shot and you switch back, then for some reason it reloads a lot faster. So let's have a look what happens. I actually just really want those stupid timers to start. I love that the actual camouflage that Tanner is using is the right one, because oh my god, that tank looks so sexy with it. I really want the Spaghetti. I am at the standard B right now, but it's such a joy to grind. So let's have a look what happens. Like I said, the pressure is definitely on Pinsir. They have to win every single match, whereas Premo only has to win one more. We see Premo moving more towards the middle and base C, whereas Pinsir is sticking together, all going through the middle. And this is likely, I would expect a rush at this stage. C being kept, Gold moving in. Gold probably going to take some damage there. Just a tiny bit. Only 941 HP. And we have the rest of Pinsir now having been spotted. Tantan in trouble, but he does take a big hit into Gold. And he takes a massive hit back. But he is running off as soon as he can to reload in safety. Whereas Raik takes a hit, but tanks go choo-choo as well. Tantan moving around, rotating around, getting a hit, but he does have his clip now. There goes Gold. Spaghetti in action, getting shots from the other side. And overall, Primo holding. The T22 going after the STB. Tanner and his Spaghetti turning around immediately to go and help. The Foch pulling back. External now in trouble. Pretty much alone. He does take out Tantan though. And that is a dangerous thing to do. We see a lot of action on the other side. Let's go on over. See how that goes. Creed is almost gone. There goes Creed, actually taken out by Ghost Ranger from the middle. There goes External. Pretty much now the Force wants that. Ooh, that was a track shot rather than a damage shot. But thanks go Choo-Choo is also moving in. They want to take out the T22 medium first. And again, the T22 medium defies everything. And now Princer has 2 bases, but is not going to make any difference here. Conky still getting a shot in, but there he goes. And now only Woo Woo is... Oh my god, don't say stuff like that. Honestly, what is wrong with you? But Premo is definitely speed. Reich, potentially not surviving this encounter. But his team is moving in. And he takes another hit in. And they're sort of like ganging up. This is what we might call bullying. But they take it home and look at that spaghetti being all looking gorgeous. And what a game that was. Nearly, well not nearly, relatively close to double the damage. And Pincer moving in, they wanted to rush, they didn't commit to the rush. They started holding instead, but by then they lost a lot of HP, especially gold in the middle there. Creed not getting a shot in, doing 0 damage here. And the point is for Premo. In the meantime, I'm really hoping that those stupid timers start working. Because now I have no matches and I have no timers. So I have no idea how long this will be happening for until the timers actually activate. Considering it was half an hour late on Sunday and then an hour late last Tuesday, I'm actually very worried. Because if it starts going up by that much, it's... oof. So let's have a look-see. I will give it an hour before I decide to call it a night. But if after 1 hour of streaming there are still, well, just more than an hour really, there are no timers activated, then oof. So Rain took it home as well by the looks of it. And they won from Von. Von going home with no points, this professional thing. Rain going home with all the points that they could. We have Premo that has 6 points now. We have Purple. This is a very interesting matchup, a very important one, because the one that wins this is through to the top 4. I see that Bush Oyster is asking if I'm planning to do the giveaway I promised when I hit 5k anytime soon. Yes, I am. I'm launching it on Friday, so keep an eye out for that. This match is still going on. They're probably entering a tiebreaker kind of situation right now. Also, Rain took it home. They won from Straight. And that means that Straight is out and Von is out. And we have a lot of people wanting to get the 3rd and 4th position. Either Purple or Magellan is through for sure. But then we have a tiebreaker for the 3rd one by 3 teams. So I'm not going to make any speculations about that, because I've learned from the EU that there are multiple angles that you can look at it at. And for the EU, if you look at it one way, FBI is through. If you look at it another way, then Win is through. So I'm not going to try and figure that out on here. Meanwhile, timer still not having started. I'm going to show you a replay. And basically after that, we'll have a look again. Let's see, what do I have for you? I have a lot of replays submitted. One of them, though, I am actually going to show you, because I know that he should be watching. He said that he could only watch the NA server stream, so let's start with that. This seriously is one of my favorite tanks of the new line. Well, actually, no, it's one of my favorite tanks of all time at the moment, because as it is right now, it is so absolutely lovely. And here we go. Let's see what he does. I still need to pimp mine, because it definitely deserves pimping. It's so good, it's so lovely. Timer's still not going on the stream. Useless. I used to have a clanmate in my old clan, and he was Portuguese, and he would always say not useless, he would say useless, And it's kind of become a thing. So for everyone, even in my current clan, because that is most of the old clan, we just mainly go with the useless stuff if something isn't working as it should. So just to explain that, you know why I say it and why I say it like that. Still no timers. I just hope the timers activate before the hour is up, because then I at least have a clue that we are going in the right direction. This is lovely. Moiskin trying to angle and thus making it easier for our standard B to shoot him, and he unloads his clip there. And now he just has to wait a little bit. Like I said, I absolutely love this tank. It works so well. It is just lovely. There's a T-44 there. In this case, I would wait to just reload the whole clip and not just the 2 shells. But he does do that, and he gets the other one in as well. And he lost a teammate, but that's okay. He has plenty of time. The Ferdinand wanted to get a piece of him as well. I hope that he does reload the... Oh, no, he doesn't. He shoots the last one straight off. And now he is spotted. Oof, nice hit into the Ferdinand there. And even though this... You can't really call this camping as such, because he's like right in the middle of it. But at the same time, he's not really... Nice E50 taking out the third. He's not really moving, but this is such a nice position. I've used this position myself so many times in so many different tanks. Tiger actually taking some damage there. And if he just keeps looking sideways like that, it would work. But now we have our standard B taking a different position. And I like that he's doing that, because as it is right now, he is angled for the different side of the battlefield. And that might allow him to shoot the Tiger, if the Tiger was actually moving back and allowing for it. The KPF is now moving in, so he has to be careful about that. He has lost a bit more teammate than his enemy has. Ooh, nice fire. And he could potentially take out the Tiger here, as long as he's careful. No, it's a low roll. And the Tiger 2 is almost gone. But he does take out that Tiger 2. And he just has to play carefully. He is holding nicely in the middle. Haven't taken no damage yet. But it could go every which way. The Moiskin now. We have the Indian Panzer, but he's going after the KPF first. Wanting to get him out of the way. This is where an auto reloader is awesome, because you can choose to either keep a shot in, or you can shoot all of them. And he takes his first damage now. So he has to be careful. He's pulling back over the train tracks into safe territory. And his teammates are steadily being obliterated. In this case, he wants to shoot those cheeks. And he manages to do that. We are 4.2k damage in already. And now he can just take the time to get that shot back into the clip. The weird thing is that at the moment, Wargaming is only breaking the crates for the NA server, not for the other ones. The other ones have been working fine. Aim carefully. He misses. But now our help I'm a bug does not. And that is a very good thing. He can clip this Super Pershing if he is careful with aiming. And at this stage he will definitely be. We are 4.7k damage in. Oh, that is not the way you want it to happen. And he takes more damage. But now he pulls back into safety. And he still has 2 friends left. And he can't shoot the Indian Panzer from where he is. So he is actually moving in. Steadily reloading his shells here. So let's have a look how this will go. He has a fully loaded clip now. He can easily just take out the... There you go. 5 kills. 5k damage. Well, 5,055 actually. That's a lot of 5s. Very nicely gone. I would not say GG in this kind of case to the enemy team, but it was nice of the enemy to say it to him. 1422 basic speed. Like I said, he's actually 3 damage less here. That is like not logical, but yeah. Lovely, lovely game. This is why I love that tank so much. A little bit of assisted damage, but not too much. Crates still has not activated yet. It is a useless situation. So I'm really hoping that the crates will come, and that they will come soon. And this is just, ugh. This is frustrating for you. It's also frustrating for me. So let's show you another replay. Let's see what I have for you. I was sad that this is an epic battle. If it's not, we get to blame one of our recruits. So let's see what he does in the E100 with the legendary camo. This is one of the few legendary camos that I'm actually not a fan of. After this, I will look at the tournament matchups, see how the points have gone for Purple and Magellan. Which of them is through to the top 4. In the meantime, some toxicity in the chat. Please keep it nice, people. There's no need to be rude or use rude words. I'm doing the best I can. Waiting for the timers just like you. Oof, he starts by taking a hit there. And the Object 140 is very cheekily just waiting there. And he does not have the gun depression to really punish him for it. So let's have a look. With an AMX 50B in the middle. He's waiting for him. There you go. That is how... Oof. Oh, that poor AMX. And he bounces some nice shots there. The tortoise is moving in. He does not bounce the last one. But he can shoot a tortoise for 650 HP. AMX has been taken out, so that's no longer a risk. So he decides to just go in and bounce a nice little shot from the tortoise. And this is like, how do you flank a tank? Oh, that pen! He does take another shot for it. He is pretty low on HP now. But that was a very awesome HE pen to the tortoise. He could just shoot the little strip. That is awesome. This is funny because I saw someone just say, well, I actually scrolled up to see what was said. Rolling Swarm actually cared about players watching for crates. What do you think I'm doing here right now? Because I could have ended the stream already. Because basically there's no more tournament matches today. I'm literally here to wait for the stupid timers to start. Even though we are pretty much an hour in, that is a casual kill by our bolt carrier here. And now the mouse is pulling back. Probably wanting to get a piece of that E100. And he could potentially get it. And now the mouse has just fired. And we see again a very, very interesting circling potential of the E100. This, I have to say, is one of the most random things I've seen in an E100. Starting to circle a tortoise and then trying to circle a mouse. And actually getting away with it too. What is this? What even is this? And he's angling and he bounces. And he's even trying to see if he can shoot another target. I would not shoot HE. Oh, but he does take out the mouse. I would not shoot HE at a mouse. Because even with that little health, you do not know if there will be enough. Let's have a look how this will end. It is now technically... No, you're not at 6k yet. You will be at 6k if you manage to take them out. He just has to wait patiently. He takes a blind shot, misses by a mile because there's no one there. And then he goes off. He got spotted for that. The 140 is probably waiting for his teammate. And he is pre-aiming at that spot, wanting the 140 to peek out. While his teammate is soon to be arriving from somewhere. So he's actually moving into a position where the 140 won't be effective against him. That is a good thing to do. But where did the other guy go? Somewhere on that side is a spaghetti that is shooting our E100. At least I think it was a spaghetti. He takes a blind shot, it does nothing. But at this stage he knows where someone is. We have the 140 moving in and missing. And that will be the end of the 140. Ooh, not! That is a low roll. 6k damage in, hug the E100. Hug it, I dare you. Nice little bounce here. And he just needs to HE him. Doesn't matter how much damage he does, because it will kill him. At this stage, I think it's a very good call that he actually doesn't use his fixer kit. And now he's up against the spaghetti. 5 seconds away from having reloaded. He can one-shot the spaghetti. Which is what he does, and he takes it home. What a very, very weird game that was. But I have to say, it is epic. Timers still haven't started. We are almost 1 hour into it. We are actually 1 hour into it. 6,711 damage, 4 kills, 1,570 basic speed. That is a game to remember for sure. I'll definitely be showing that off against on the other streams for the other servers as well. What a funny game. So at this stage, let's see. Still no timers. No reaction from the staff, but I wouldn't really expect that in the middle of the night. And I really don't know. This is very annoying. 1 hour in. Still no timers active. That is just, ugh. I hate this. So let's just open a free crate. This is the free container that I got today. And we get an avatar that I won't use because I have this one. I wish that you could just like mark as read this as well without having to click on it, really. Some funny fact, by the way. I actually have had 48 battles on this press account, but 109 of them are me spectating tournament battles, so that is quite useless. Still no timers. It is a very, very useless day for wargaming. So let's see what else I have for you. Let's go for another replay and then... Well, no, I actually said that we would look at the tournament score. So let's look at that. Who is through? Magellan is through. And we have 3 people tied for 4th place. Currently it's listing purple. I'm not sure how that works. If it's just like the first to get it or something. Or if it's actually a tiebreaker. Look. No idea. So let's see. We have purple. They... Actually, no, let's have a look. Pincer, purple, and also rain. Those are the 3 that we are looking at. Purple. They won from Pincer. They also won from also rain. I think that means that purple is the one that is through. Even because they won the most head-to-heads. So I believe that this is the top 4 as is. Yeah, I saw you slap and just felt the need to comment on it a little bit as well. So then, with that in mind, this should be the top 4 with Rain, Premo, Magellan and Purple. Matches starting tomorrow. I won't be streaming those. I will be streaming them again in the weekend. But Brian will be streaming them, so that's going to be fun. I actually try not to cuss at all. I mainly cuss very, very rarely at all. Mainly funny thing is that if I do start cussing, you know that something is seriously wrong. But yeah, at this stage we are nearing 4 a.m. with no sign of any timers being activated yet. So that is very, very useless. Like I said, let's show you another replay. What do I have for you? I have some Yege replays. My EU stream was actually showing issues earlier, so I'm going to show this again because I actually lost attention halfway through because YouTube was derping. I'm very glad it's not doing that right now, but it would be very helpful if those stupid timers would start. Yege was my first tier 10. I mainly went for that line because I liked the sound of the gun. It was also the first line, like I said, in the game, but it taught me a lot of things. Like the Ferdinand taught me to never drive anything stock and to gold all my parts. The Yege taught me to gold my crew in high tiers. That is a very, very gold noob thing to say, but I'm not the proud leader of the Gold Noob Association for nothing. I always feel that it's not cheating if you just use it when the game is giving you. Same with consumables and provisions and spamming primal if you want to. And all of that. If it helps you, why not use it? I had not long ago, there was this event where you got stuff for winning, and only for winning. So I took out my Kenny, because the Kenny is OP. I have an 80+% win rate in it, and that is logical, because it's completely broken. But why would I drive anything else if I have to win games to make it work? To get that... Oof, Leo is getting murdered. To get those wins, to get that event done, really. So that is something that I was talking about on Discord, and I actually got criticized for it and told that I should have driven a higher tier to prove I'm a good player. No, I don't have to do that. I don't have to prove anything to anyone. I can just enjoy this game, and if I can get the event done that much easier just by seal clubbing, then why not? Now the T-50 Heavy that is getting a little bit in the way has now been destroyed, and it also means that he's been destroyed in a not so nice part of it, because now he's basically not allowing our Yege to side scrape. We have a Batchet in the middle, we have an E100 that is heading around, and our Yege is taking a look at the Batchet. The Batchet is looking back, but oof, 1136 HP worth of damage. That is lovely. It is a press account. I can play anything I want on this. The only thing is that I can't play PC to save my life. So let's see what he does now. It is 5 versus 4. The enemy team has 1 tank more. Hamish looking pretty nice and decent. Oh, oh, ow. Oh, that is just mean. Sorry, these are the kind of things you shouldn't laugh, but you can't help but laugh. E100 moving right on in. Nice little lower plate, but he actually shooting the turret instead. 750 damage, that is not bad at all. And he's just steadily holding. Well, to be fair, I've spent a few thousand probably by now as well. I don't really know how much I've spent. Big hit. Oof, the S also moving in to shoot. Rollerman would like some help now. And he gets it. They take out the Yege. And now we have a 800 something HP E100 over there, with the corpse of the Yege in the way. So Rollerman is moving around to see if he can get shots into the E100. With that over angling, he does not make it hard. 6k damage into it. Hamish takes them out. The Batchet is still alive somehow, with 41 HP. Hamish still alive, if barely now. And Rollerman would like to kill, because he's at 6k damage. And Hamish is like, yes! But then the Leo comes in and finishes it off. That was one of the Again, a rather funny match, but 6k damage in the Yege in a very forward position. This is how I like TDs to be played. This is how the Yege can play very nicely. Both of them having exactly 1392 basic speed. That is lovely. That is awesome. Hamish, though, did not ace it. He only gets a first class for this. And that goes to show that the Object 140 is played quite a bit more, I believe, than the Yege. And Yeges, like most TDs, for some reason are often played at the back. So let's see, do we have any timers yet? No, we are 1 hour and 12 minutes into it, no timers. That is useless. Very, very useless. In the meantime, I'm getting a tag on Discord. I'm not sure if it's a moderator tag or a genuine tag for me. Because special people are special. The tag was watching the stream and they doing you dirty, shaking my head. The thing is though, oh no, I don't want to say that because that sounds like a dare. I've had such weird things said to me because I'm a woman. In this game, I've had marriage proposals and all of that, based purely on the fact that they knew that I was female and that I'm playing this game. They don't know anything about me, but they were legit and they loved me so much, and it was just, oh my god. People like that actually exist. It's weird. Still no timers. I'm going to play you one more. Let's see why I have. Because I still want to keep some replays for the weekend. Let's see what I can show you. There's so many good replays. It's more like I don't know what to show you. I don't know what I want to show you, really. I'm going to show you a... Actually, I don't know if I showed that already. Thing is that I might be showing you a replay that you've already seen, but you'll just have to live with it. No, I'm actually also in the same situation. I have my... I'm logged in on the portal on my NA account to watch the timers. So I would be getting a crate as well if the damn thing just works. Not sure what the grill is doing there. Chris has an interesting potential solution. If nothing else, leave the game in your garage and come back in an hour. Thing is that it's now 4 AM here. This is just He does not take the shot. I think he wants the pattern instead. The pattern allows for it, letting him do 672 damage. Yeah, I have a feeling that there's just going to be no crates. I'm giving it about the max time that I can, but oof, this is a little bit frustrating. Just a tad. At least you guys in the chat are keeping the spirits high with me. Complaining about the game and the crates not happening and all of that. That kind of makes it fun for me as well. Basically, there is my grandfather used to have a saying which literally translated means shared pain is double joy. The official saying is shared pain is half pain, but for some reason, if you are having these same issues and you're basically in the same situation together, you can just have fun with it instead as well. And that is exactly what I mean with... Oh, that pando. Nicely done. Object 140 now going after his T62A, so he has to be a little bit careful. The batch has been taken out. But yeah, in this case, we are all in the same situation. We can choose to either get really upset at it, or we can just have a laugh about it. And I much prefer to just have a laugh about it, because we can't change the situation. It is what it is. So yeah. I'm definitely not a free-to-play... Oh, this looks juicy. This looks... Oof. And then it derps. Aw. I'm definitely not a free-to-play player. I use whatever I want. I'm happy to have a job with a salary that allows me to play stuff like this and pay for Prime Tanks. 932 damage there. And the T62 finishes them off. Now we have an E75 that is coming. Wanted to get a piece of our object. Not getting it though. Nice little bounce. At this stage, trying to angle an E75 versus a 268 gun is commendable, but not really something that works. And he wants to get out of there. And he's actually showing him his flank just a bit more. And now he's a one-shot for our 268. Let's see. That should be the end. Oh, no, it's not. It's not the end of the E75 just yet. Let's see. But yeah, like I said, it's no use getting upset about it because it's not going to change the situation. The timers still haven't activated. That is the thing, though. Oh, Barbatos, don't worry. I will be letting Wargaming hear this and telling them very clearly that this was not fun. The stream is fun. The whole crowd is fun. But that doing it this way is just not nice. He takes out the waffle. And then he takes a big hit into the side. We are 7k damage and 7.4k damage. And now he just has to avoid getting flanked. But this is an IS-4. That is not all that fast. And he's facing off against a 268. Which is not unflankable, but very hard to flank. And we are 8k damage into it, ladies and gentlemen. His last teammate seems to be AFK. But at this stage it doesn't really matter. At 183 damage he can just HE him. And he would have been 8200 damage done exactly. What a game that was. $1,691 basic speed, 2 kills. I love the round number though of the damage. That is skill. A little bit of assisted damage. And there are special people out there. Yeah, if you have a name like that, you have nothing to do on my channel. Ridiculous. So yeah, let's see. Do we have any timers yet? No, we don't. Are we surprised? No, we're not. Did you submit that though, Death? Death Machine said that he had. Just someone said on Discord, just start the timers. I really wish I could. Let's have a look. Now I just got a message. That is a troll message on Discord. Will you marry me? So let's see. Death Machine. Where did you post that thing? That sounds so bad though. You know how I mean it though. Let's have a look. Potentially on my server. Oh my god. Now Discord is not even working with me. No, I don't know. In the meantime, feel free to join my Discord server and let know your thoughts about this whole not timer thing activating stuff. I am going to start a giveaway on Friday, so it might be worth subbing the channel for you. I'm going to be giving away one T23E3, 3 weeks of Prem, and then 10 Sentinels that come with 500 gold and a week Prem, 20 Cromwell Bees that come with 500 gold and a week Prem, and 20 Small Tombs that come with 500 gold and a week Prem. Just shameless little plug for myself here. I think I've sort of earned it now. Great. Stupid timer still haven't activated. So yeah, can't really do anything with this. Thing is, though, that when stuff did not happen on the Asian server, but that was because BK couldn't stream, Wargaming did actually compensate the next day. So hopefully something alike will be happening here, because you deserve the coins, the crate, stuff like that. Christian said, my grandpa said, give me liberty and give me crates. I think he doesn't mean crates. I think he means crates. Death Machine wants to Amalric Wargaming. That definitely doesn't work either. We are 1 hour and 22 minutes into it. I'm going to show you another replay. And when we hit the 1.5 hour, I'm going to end it, because then it will be useless. And I think we've given it that extra half hour that Wargaming would need to start the stream if we follow the pattern of half an hour late on Sunday, an hour late yesterday, and then potentially an hour and a half late today. If that is the case, though, I will definitely sort of like mentally, well, textually, I think, slap Wargaming for this, because, oof. It can't be that difficult to get right, because on 2 of the 3 servers at least, it's working as intended. So why is it not working here? So yeah, what else have I got for you? I showed you those 2. Let's take it down to a relatively relaxed one in tier 7 in the type 62. Let's see what happens here. Let's see. Ooh, this does look good. I do like the dragon camo on this tank, though. This is one of the legendary camos that I actually quite like. It is a supremacy match. Kind of looks like a snake, this, with that pattern. Oh, King Hammer Shark. He just asked, why isn't the crates working? If we knew that, this would have been so much simpler. Rue getting shot in the face. That is the thing with the Rue, though. It can very easily get shot in the face. Same with the AMX, if you only had the gun depression to do it. And he's not even trying to cap the base here. He just wants the damage, he just wants to... Ooh. They just found some friends, though. So he has to be careful. He is actually turning around, but he's not even taking damage for it, because his friend is. And now they are in a bit of a pickle. They are all just like, yeah, let's not be here. Timer still haven't activated. Let's see. Are you finally died? But you did just lose some teammates. And now the enemy has taken a base. And they will have an advantage. They also have an advantage in guns here. Now, you can't really shoot anyone there. We have an AMX there. Anything can happen in this stage. But they kind of need to get a base to at least get the points up. AMX now getting targeted. This is not the time to drive into rocks and buildings. It's generally not advised. You can shoot HE, tiny. Ooh, surviving with 1 HP, are you kidding me? And the goose is going to finish him off. No, oh yes, he actually, maybe unintentionally. No, he's not unintentionally blocking the shot, he's just being an ass. What is up with this guy, honestly? But he does not save the AMX from that. Sue driving by, taking a little hit. But he has to be careful with the goose, because the goose is not there to help. We know that now. He does take the shot though, and that is helpful. But these are the kind of people that I hope get reported so hard. Goose now gone. And that is very nicely positioned by the Sioux. It doesn't completely work though. And with him being positioned like that... Ooh! Oh! That... that helps! But now he's on his own versus 2. And we know that our little TD there is full HP. There's a goose tank there. He's not looking in the right direction. But you will have to play this carefully because a goose is a very troll tank. This is... I like that he's going into sniper mode. That is a nice little potential ash shot. He can't HE it. But he can get another win because before he has to pull back. The goose missing him. But this stage he has to pretty much get base C. Oh my god, so many people upset at crate thing. I understand. I wish I could do something about it for you. That is not a nice thing to do, Savik. Play nice. You could have just said, please be quiet. Or just quiet even. Which is still a bit rude, but yeah. But this stage he kind of has to get base C. In order to make things work. Or go straight on in, even because he has quite a bit of HP left. The goose tank having been spotted, he is at 840 supremacy points. And now the goose tank is a 2-shot. He should be able to get this without losing any HP. And he does. And now he has to go and stand in base C. Or find that Foch. I think it's a Foch very quickly. There he is. He has very little time for this. He needs to get behind him or beside him and make every shot count. He will take a hit for this. It's an AMX, it's not a Foch. Ooh, that missed though. He has adrenaline activated now. He is right next to him. He can take a shot. He has the HP for it. And he can just steadily murder him. Even if he loses in some HP, but he doesn't, and he takes it home. 4 kills. Pretty much a Kolobanov situation. Oh dear lord, stop spamming the chat, will you? Useless. Nice little ace, 3.9k damage. 1355 base XP, 4 kills. 140 supremacy points. And they almost lost it on points. Still no timers. Very useless. I got a meme. Sorry. Someone posted a meme about a face that people will pull if they don't get... if Wargaming doesn't start the timers. So yeah. We are, let's have a look, 1 hour, 30 minutes into it. There are no timers being activated even, let alone actually going. So, with that in mind, I'm very sorry, I'm calling it a night. This is absolutely useless. I will definitely let Wargaming hear about it, and by all means you should too. But if you do that, please do so in a polite way, because if you start cussing at people, that generally takes away from your message. And if someone is like, why do you bleep, 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 then you wouldn't want to listen to them either. But if they say, hey, I didn't get the crates, I'm very disappointed, stuff like that, it definitely works a lot better. So, definitely let them know about it. Sorry I can't give you any crates. Thank you for your patience. I wish I couldn't give you grades myself. And basically we can't really do much of anything about this. So that just blows. I hope you guys at least did enjoy the replays that I showed you and definitely enjoyed the games of Pinsir vs Premo. Like I said, let's end with that actually. I'm going to go back here and we're going to have a look. And this is, for all intents and purposes, it should be the top 4, with Rain in first place having won all matches, Primal having only lost to Rain, Magellan taking it home for the 3rd place, and Purple should be through as well. So thank you all for your patience. Thank you all for watching. Everyone a very good night, and I really hope that Wargaming will compensate NA server today, tomorrow, like they did for the Asia server today. So good night, bye bye, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for the EU server, but otherwise in the weekend for NA as well. So good night, bye bye, and have a great evening.